Hello again, my name is Ethan Schubert, and this is another GlobalShop tutorial video. This video is going to be meant for our sales team here at Advanced Machine and Engineering, but can be helpful to anyone who's trying to further familiarize themselves with GlobalShop. This video is going to be about the use of opportunities. I'm going to be going over who is going to be entering opportunities, when you're supposed to do it, and finally how you're actually going to do it. I'll start by explaining who is going to be entering them. The answer is anyone who has contact with a customer or who might be receiving an order, whether it's internal or one of our RSMs. And the reason is we will be recording opportunities for essentially everything, quote or no quote. If you just simply receive a sales order from a customer without having to quote it, there will still be an opportunity entered to match it. And if a customer shows the intent to buy, it might be sending us a quote soon, which is essentially the definition of an opportunity. You'll create one in that case as well. And the reason for this is that opportunities are our way of getting reports on your pipeline. So if we're not recording opportunities, we're not going to have accurate results. So even in the instance where there is no quote and we just receive a sales order, we'll still be entering opportunities. And then, like normal, you would enter opportunities when there's a possibility for a sale. We'll start with these categories now, or these fields. The OID is is like an identification value that the CRM assigns to each opportunity. You don't have to actually put anything in this field. It'll give something automatically. For example, these that I have pulled up right here, you can see the OID is just a number, and that's the way that opportunities are going to be identified in the CRM. Is it will be automatically assigned a number that hasn't been taken yet. Next to that, we have description. The description is going to essentially be the title of the opportunity. And the way we're going to be formatting it is like this, and I'll type it out for you. So we'll start with either the company name, if it's not too long, or the company ID. So for this example, I'll just put a company ID. So the first three letters and then the two numbers that follow it. Put a dash. And this is where we'll put the product, so something like conveyors or triag or just something that isn't just the name of the opportunity group. So I'll put triag. One more dash, and then after this is where we will put expected revenue. So even if it's just a new opportunity and you really don't have an idea of what the amount is going to be, you're going to give this a guess. So for there, I'll just put 100K just for example. Next, we have the internal assignment. Normally, you would see internal assignment and think that this is going to be who the opportunity is passed off to once it's all filled out. And normally you'd be right, but we are going to change the meaning of internal assignment to created by. So when you first open up an opportunity and you start to make one, your name is actually automatically going to appear here. So you're actually just going to leave it because we want to know who made the opportunity, and this does that for us. So you're not going to have to edit this. Next is expected revenue. This is, like I touched on earlier, this is something you'll be updating throughout the opportunity process. Right off the bat, after creating an opportunity, you're going to give this your best guess, even though you're not really probably going to get it right. And then as the opportunity progresses, you're going to come back to it and update it as you see fit. Next, we have type. Type is the business group. So AmSoft, Fluid Power, stuff like that. Status. The status is what Salesforce called stage. So this will also be something that you're updating frequently as the opportunity progresses. So you would start with contact or quote sent, or quote sent. Those are usually two of the main starting stages. And then as it progresses, you would obviously get to either won or lost. Salesperson, if you're an RSM, you would just put your own name. If it's someone from internal, then they would just put the respective salesperson for that territory. Projected close date. This is something you can fill out yourselves. It's just kind of a guess as to when you think the opportunity will be finished. And by finished, I mean that we have either when you foresee us receiving uh, an order. After that is company. This is similar to events in that I'll show you an example. If you're hovered over a company prior to clicking this new opportunity button, so I'm hovered over this Accuracy Incorporated, I hit new opportunity. That excuse me, that information will auto populate into here. So if you didn't do that, then of course there's a drop down box where you can look up the company that you're putting the opportunity for. This ship to box unfortunately isn't functioning at the moment. This would obviously normally show the address of the whatever company the opportunity is for. Contact, if this company had any contacts listed under it, which it doesn't, those would appear here, and you could select your primary contact. In the event that there's several different people that you're communicating with at the company that you're kind of doing business through this opportunity, you would just select whoever you would deem as the primary contact, whoever you have the most communication with. We're not using opportunity group. We're not using workflow. And then this next part's a little strange, but I'll explain it as best as I can. We are going to use funnel, and it seems a little redundant because the only thing listed in here is this none selection. But the reason we're going to hit none as opposed to just leaving it blank is because when we do that, we now have all these different selections for the probability. And as you can see, if I go back to here and I leave this as none, so if I just didn't fill it out, we don't. We have this weird like test property here. So whenever you're filling these out, you're always going to hit none, and that's going to give you the option to put all these different probabilities, which we definitely want to see. Again, probability is something that you're going to be filling out progressively as the opportunity goes on, updating it as things progress. Lead source, this is just where the opportunity came from, whether it was an already established customer or you're just a referral from a trade show. And if the reason or if the lead source that you got the opportunity from isn't in here, then you're actually just going to leave this blank as opposed to just putting something that didn't make sense. This field isn't required, so you can leave it blank. And in the event that there's a source that we don't have listed here, maybe you could let me know and I could add that in there. Creation date, this is going to automatically put the day that the opportunity was created on, so today's the 7th, so that appears right here. The expiration date, it gets automatically set to 1 year after the opportunity was made. Expiration date doesn't really do anything other than if you were to go into the opportunity and look, that you would see that it was expired. But when an opportunity expires, it doesn't get rid of the database. It doesn't like flag it as like as not being used anymore. It's kind of just there for us to look at. Quote and sales order, you RSMs don't have to worry about this. This is all going to be handled by internal. And then finally, once we are finished with the opportunity, so whether we've lost it or we've received an order, we'll go back into this. We'll adjust expected revenue to whatever it ended up being. We'll go to status. We'll hit won or lost, and then finally, right up here at the top, there's a closed checkbox. We'll hit that. It's going to put the date that the opportunity was closed on right here, and then we'll pick a reason why, whether it was a won or lost reason. So we'll just select something. We'll hit save. And I've been having some trouble recently with the speed at which this is actually saving at, so we might not get to see it in here like we normally would. But yeah, so you'd have all these fields filled out, you'd hit save, it would appear right up in here, and then you could go in and you could sort opportunities by, like, so it would normally appear under my opportunities, so I could see it right here. But yeah, that's about it. We're actually meeting up later today to explain more of this stuff in full, so I'm sure there'll be lots of questions about this, and I'll obviously be there to answer them. Thanks you guys for watching this video. Once again, if you need any help from me, just give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'll get on that as soon as possible. But then again, thanks. Bye.